Believe it or not, I'm an introvert. I mean, I know I'm standing up here on this stage trying to communicate with you now, but I prefer my interactions with other people to be of a one-on-one variety. And when I find someone interesting and get them alone, one of my favorite pry them wide open questions is to ask them, what's your art? You know, what's your art? What is it that you live for? What do you think that is more than just survival? What do you pay your bills and do your dishes and set aside time for? And it weirds me out when some people don't even know. I mean, it's an important question, which is why I ask them. Now, I am a poet, which means that I spend an exorbitant amount of time observing the world around me and then writing about myself. Just so that I can get up here and fess up for the rest of you, which may sound terrifying to some, but trust me, it feels just better to let it go, making my little observations about the things that I admittedly don't know. I know one thing, art heals. I mean, that's why I write. I write because my heart is crying out almost all the time, but without a voice it would go unnoticed. I'm only speaking for it, a secretary taking notes, but art sheds light on the dark things we bury and makes us grow. It demands the best of us, consoles us in our misery, rejoices with us when we're happy. Really a true friend, always pushing me to do better and to try harder, and if I fail, to try again. So practice your art. Put your time and energy into it. If you haven't got one, get one. It's important. Let me explain. My best friend was talking to me about energy. She is endlessly curious about the world in which we live, which is what makes our conversations worthwhile, which is why she's my best friend. She said, whatever you do, your brain, the learning machine, is getting better at doing it. Whatever it is, whether it's surfing the channels for something to watch, or performing the daily tasks of your job, your brain is finding ways to do it faster and more efficiently. Isn't it important then how we spend our daily energy? I'm not just talking about your free time. I'm talking about every minute of your day-to-day life. How do you spend it? Frustrated that you're stuck in traffic? Same old argument with a loved one? I mean, think about it. Some of us are going to go to our deathbed with a certain portion of their brain dedicated to Minecraft or to CSI, which does not make you a forensic scientist, by the way, just because you play one in your living room. But which is also not to say that imagination doesn't play a role in creativity, because of course it does. We tap into that energy, and to do so we must be ready. We must be rested, well-fed, and taken care of, or at least inspired. The question is, what do you love? What do you really want to get out of life, and what is required to make that happen? What is your art, as in what's in your heart? Because when it comes down to it, in the end, it's just about having dreams and believing in them. Or at least that's what works for me. And lately, I'm only into make-believe. And I believe the world is what we make it, so I see the beauty in each moment unfolding, and I try to make that my reality. And I write it down just to get it out of me. Like breathing air, it's a complementary action to breathing in, just a necessary function. I mean, that's where the art comes in. It sort of sorts me out. And indeed, it's an important part. That's why I like to know when I meet new people, what's your art?